lot of my wonderful listeners. One family TV wala mutanali ng kotenche. Mbadungoli ikafo meye ko Kingsport ani ikafo meye ko Rohey Malick Lowe din mumoti me alon ko ifintita de ediamuta de bar Kingsport ate atandi ko ala grupo kono modol beje men yalon ko finti kan nendiro ke ako aba stoplal de motaje me yalon ko ibe fintila de kan nendiro ke sako monen me yalon ko wala mu yudi pin ko la nyaton ko de kafo me ko loya Ousainou Darboe ako momo ya neng abe bondira grupo nin konol de amanke ko kafo ko aka adama boro support nyawnya wala batin ne ebe yudi pin ko la nyaton ko tal ibanen na de ako momo ya ki abe bondila kafo nin konol de me yalon ko adiamu tala de ani ikafo ni musindo me ko Rohey Malick Lowe atamu moti me yalon ko ay jabiro ke kula de ka tandi ko atamu molati me yalon ko anin kafo dole me yalon ko ani wolle bulo du nyobulu men yalon ko ibe doku wala bar wol yatandi ko Rohey Malick Lowe mo moti me yalon ko ye ko do men diala amanin ko do ka anyama de anyanda kala nyamen na de bar Rohey moti me yalon ko afintita ka kuma kawninta ka jabi de me yalon ko adiamu tala de o don mbadi ngol be audio talambe natilal ye nang ne lamoyanin hakilola mbadi ngol kan ilamoy anin jusola de
albe ni lamoy jande ari man nelo momor ne nyim bodi formo ko nyambe lo mo dirisa formo ko jam momo adini formo mbelde siaga man sunal man ko de dunga fani ngay man ko ngay itiade ko tek ngodi min kala bo so ko mba kilana ali yalla moy atat na je ko tek kada ñu munandi lat Ousainou Darboe kiba ko to ba ikolo ko nen ka foko no jam wo ñeto ala wala janne ko because mo nekata Kingsport ke presa armo fasa wala ndaw Ousainou Darboe nen nañu formo ko jam dama ko bo furindire woni alpha ko kay woni alpha ta kenendri woni ite modi so mo be fay wulu fay woni ba fala woni wulu fay politiko dia mo be kerne mo simen keno mema kenen to
sa en ko ngafo nyani Gambian tol fen sababu ja Gambia dingo batande baki Gambia dingo fen sababu ja ka Gambia dingo joyandile aka Gambia dingo fango bondala dino konole aka jari Gambia dingo la nyon Gambia dingo soronga kola aka jari Gambia dingo nyon Gambia dingo aje fanga dum sibo kono wala dum toro kono atana buretiji nyim fen sabol nin Gambia dingo e soto na fulo palaso katara karfarin sembola ni adi Gambia no la ka Gambia dingo joyandile bi wala bi ñin député mi en problème mo ke ma ke kenseng la hido le dite la wala hani man la hida dite la le fana wala na fuloti anin kamela palaso luto ka to koy mantra ka Gambia la nafa jibe ya jere ni député bun kono manke chakane dulati député bun kono manke pati bayndi dulati député bun kono manke lambe bayndi dula député bun kono manke si bayndi dula député bun kono manke ko ibela pati la fasala député bun hanatre la pati le palaso ñin dila iñanta muna jibe la folo banko be la nafa fe won fe ñanta ka kasara loti banko kan ita kana son ka endos ñim banko kan bring adama sitanin bitema député le Gambia nya fita munalla nin ko député toujours mba sela ñin kan ko tan ma fa kendol ma tol fo atol kanal fo bulo catégorie kon mol min ba Gambia dingol kumbonde kan still mbol la député bun kon minicité ya CRC fay banta nani loi buko 2020 ya fay banta tilimbali ya kono ani to la ko na fa nata si ko tan ngaje koy adama barola jola fa ya speaker of the National Assembly ya la jola fa deputy speaker ya la jola fa ani to fogola jol ka cool endorse banko ka miyalo nako a manke Gambia din kilin na interesti foyto la kon kilin na fa ka to koy ka kodole dila ke dukunin dumala deputy ti ko ta beketa roba stampoti fulan jango min bi yaje Gambia ko kili yam batandi fana mbo fana senkan yaje nana ta Gambia la kola Gambia dingolon ka Gambia folo tambindi bimbo kuma millala je wolon folo Gambia la kumata baba Ousainou Darboe ba Gambia kele kan nyaawonya Gambia la kumata Adama Baroti Gambia la kumata Mama Kandeti Gambia la kumata ya Jammeh Gambia la kumata Halifa Sallati Gambia la kumata ntol beti yaje la ko nata bankola kola hanibe pati yo pati kono bankola interest folo jibe memba banko dingol torala kana sonka endos bi ñin député biri dun tan ñin député bon ko nanim bi e ba Gambia dingol kumbondi kan dron kato ko bi ñin kumo min kreden ka fuko diaspora man ta carte fela député le magna na sonna wala doto diaspora ko Gambia dingol lo Sénégal le xadama dingo siata janti Sénégal xaymal lal ba fakan e ko 17 million xadama dingol be Sénégal 17 million mbe la carte fayo jere min tambita mbe Senegal len carte fayo jere min bota ten arab du Senegalais dingol min be ba arab du be la fay Senegalais dingol min be ba Europe min be ba Asia min be ba America min be ba West Africa Middle East East Africa ibele carte fay Senegalais dingol min ba Senegal min ba banta dunia du la ton kon nano beto ibele carte fay muna na Gambia diaspora ko ta carte fay sa nyim fanala me kumandin jansra diaspora ko fanaka
among these people. It was Mamlai Jase who qualified and had the highest point. I have the file here. He scored the highest point. Indeed, it wasn't a surprise because he knows the in and out of the project. So, and then Uncle Muguma Jen, who is an environmentalist, they couldn't have anybody better than Muguma when they talk about coconuts and greening of the city, and everybody in Banjul will attest to that, that they cannot have a candidate better than Muguma Jen. So anybody else apart from these two, I've never seen them. I've never heard of their names. I've never seen them before. We have people like Aret. We have people like the manager. What is his name? Gano. We have the list goes on. Njaga and all these people. I've never ever heard of these guys. I've never seen them before. So, and I started having contact with these people 3 months after they have started working here in the council. So it is not us that was controlling the narrative. It is this is something that I never wanted to say because it's somehow embarrassing. I put my foot down. I try to be as humble as possible. I try to accept everything just for the interest of Banjul. For me, everything was as, okay, take everything. Nako Banjul Amrak, let's Banjul take it. Let's Banjul have it. So take anything. It doesn't matter how bitter it is. And I was quiet for a very long time. I've never said anything. But someone like the councillor, what is it? Maxim, Councillor Maxim Dock, in his mind, thought that Banjul does not deserve this. He thought Banjul does not deserve it. What we deserve is to have all computers, all use clothes, all ambulances. This is what we deserve. So when I came as a mayor, and I was a councillor in Sweden, so I understand how things work. I said, no, this is not what we want. We want to go and have higher projects. This is what Banjul deserves. So we are not the one in charge. If you look at how we use the money from the EU, the money, people will say, okay, 3 million euro. It's not that 3 million euro, they put it in the bag and bring it to us. No. And we are not the one to sign. I've never signed a check from the EU. So they have all the authority. If we want to buy a mobile, Teacher Joe, you are here as the coordinator. Let me, if I'm wrong, please tell me. Don't just allow me to be talking, you know. You will be held responsible for that as well. If we have to buy a mobile, they have to put the request, send it to them, and then they will say yes to join us. If it is no, then it is a no. So where can we misuse anything? The project said even my councillors were supposed to go on a trip for how to call it again, for training to Dakar. It never happened. It has never happened. But Jonas came to the Gambia 23 times with the money from the project. 23 times. The mayor came here 2 or 3 times. The mayor came here 2 times. You know how expensive that is? You know how much we spend only for Jonas to be coming? And it's not only Jonas coming. We have how many people do we have coming in and out? I've never ever been to Belgium once during this project. But for me, it was not about going to Belgium. It is about impacting the life of Banjulians. It is about impacting the life of the youths of Banjul. So for me, that was why I was quiet, not because I'm a coward, not because I was afraid to speak up. I was just trying to protect the partnership, to protect the friendship, the collaboration. So, but again, I am so disappointed. It's so disrespectful because you only think that we there in Banjul does not deserve to have such money from the EU. You came with all this allegation on us, and this is not the first time. You remember there was once upon a time, somebody also came out to say, okay, we have misused the EU funding, and what happened? Thank God, the mayor himself was right there speaking to journalists and said, it's not true. And today again, I am so happy and grateful to have Austin City. They came also out, all of them, they came out to tell the solarize to the fullest. We have a recording studio there. We have a hall with a capacity of about 1,000 seating capacity. We have the recording studio there. We have the laundry there. We have a restaurant there. We have urban farming there. We have a lot of things like the charcoal, etc. and so forth. So this is a hub where many things are going only for the youth skills, which we value, and we know that without skills, you cannot have a developed country. So putting that into consideration, we appreciate, this is why I keep saying we appreciate the friendship and we appreciate the efforts of the European Union as well. So the contribution of Banjul, we own the land. If you go to the beaches, we have about 6,000 coconuts. The beach belongs to us. If you look at the inner city, the greening of the inner city. So it is not only Banjul City Council that is benefiting. You have seen the mayor coming here. And when in Austin, you will see the pictures of Banjul and the mayor and everything. So indeed, this is also part of politics. So I want to just for people to know that it is not only Banjul that is benefiting from the sister city. Indeed, they are also benefiting a lot. And let me just talk about the history of the project. The project started way 2019, and it goes like this. When I was elected in office at the first time, I met a sister, a mayor from Cameroon, who told me about the way she did to have the funding from the European Union. And she encouraged me by telling me that the European Union values the leadership of women. So I encourage you to go and apply for this funding. So I went then, the former ambassador who was here, I spoke to him. I went there. I remember Stefan, the technician who was there, and they did and didn't know. The ambassador told me that we don't know about this funding. So I went back to my fellow colleague and spoke to her. She gave me all the information. I went back to the ambassador. They did and found the funding. So, but then there was a problem, and the problem was, if you want to have the funding from the European Union, you have to have a partner city. And this is how Austin came in. So we spoke to them, and thank God they agreed that they can come and partner with us. But again, when we started the partnership, when we have the funding, we went all the way. We have Mr. Mamla Jase from in England, who came all the way from England to Gambia. He helped us a lot. He did most of the technical specs together with Peter, and there we have the funding. So then, when the funding came, it was announced, and we have to kickstart something. So then, we have to have a structure. We have to have staff who will manage this funding. So they came Peter came all the way, and I want you to listen to me very carefully here. Peter came all the way from Austin with a lady, I cannot remember the name again, only to advertise and employ people. Bangi City Council was not part of it. And I have all the evidence here with me. I've shown it to some of the journalists here. So they advertise and they employ. And you will be surprised for those who are saying that it's the mayor who employed these people. I wasn't even here. I was in Israel. I can fully remember. And I have my passport to back that. So they employed these staffs to take care of the EU project. And it was only 2 people that I know from this, among these people. It was Mamlai Jase, who qualified and have the highest point. I have the file here. He scored the highest point. Indeed, it wasn't a surprise because he knows the in and out of the project. So, and then Uncle Muguma Jen, who is an environmentalist. They couldn't have anybody better than Muguma when they talk about coconuts and greening of the city. And everybody in Banjul will attest to that they cannot have a candidate better than Muguma Jen. So anybody else apart from these 2, I've never seen them. I've never heard of their names. I've never seen them before. We have people like Aret. We have people like the manager. What is his name? Gano. We have the list goes on. Njaga and all these people. I've never ever heard of these things. I've never seen them before.
Mokumanding fana diaspora kol fana kan. Gambia dingol le bali ila nyantola. I dol mini ba Gambia, I dingol mini ba Gambia, I bari musul mini ba Gambia, mini ba dipite bunkona ni I bari ndingol wolle bali la nyantola. I koyetro ba mansa kum kilingo I bole fasa ka ditul fangala palaso. Sa muna mu diaspora kol ka wajiboti. Wolom ya pare ye la kuto single city fire bambang ya pare ni mansara jaka royal. I fana ba dingol le ba Gambia. Diaspora nkulu ibadingol le bagambia e wulunyol le bagambia ila siel le ba ibadingol le bagambia katon fokoyna sa nyinyanta ka ketol fana kan wajibolati ke la badingol kachajo yandi ibe fankadango be kala nyaadile e kana kartedi adama borola adala nimman saba kuke kan banko dingol la mimman ke siloti atol ka because atata no wale nyapa kan alsa bondi no ni munila alla kan wolo munta alla karte ninga fayo sita alfana ya bala la kartela sembo ba karfar nga tele bulu mola sembo obu katude bar science mansata la suturo la tele kan adama baro atele ba nyato idan sonta wala monson abanyatol bar mfana sa muneke no ka bala la wolo na karteti nin karte fayo nata konga min kala kiyamma sembe o kukili holo 2026 nga balin na kartela nga mansa kunda kutolo ni mimba gambe dingo be nya fitala nyen si fatam fanso sa bonyim banko kan alfa nengo sa banyim banko kan si nengo sa banyim banko kan lallumu nengo sa banyim banko kan keba nengo dindin nengo sa banno nyim banko kan keba le balafa dinnego le dinnego le ya keba le horma yi bunya keba le balafa dinnego le mbe murun kake bakilim fakilimti jaralo bunda sa betea tanko betea fanko betea agriculture betea employment o sianyim banko kan company le si saje banko dingo be mutadulaso nin diaspora ka tanke ntol banko dingol fana ka luluke isaje sembo presso min katara la rin diaspora ko kan asa talay fana ka because diaspora ko li batata de gambia tuma abdu talali batata de sunkar tana banna tane bulo banyim banko kan fontol fana tale fila banin diaspora ko ni tanke ntol fana ka luluke nte kundingo den tabala fila walla company le si aja mutadulali soto isaje nin diaspora tanke ntol fana ka luluke duno min be diaspora kulu kan isaja sa tala sa fe kan dabandi ko sa balance ntol fana ka kudol ke sokon baniaje mbuka nyimbe ke no man ken tol fana khamoti mutadulale mon soto nyim banko kan man sakundana fasala balbe gambia la kono fengo be na la muna fonga na la na fulu beba adama baro na la man sakundana la fasa balle nimbanko ko mbala falta wota nga lom foye nga lo ngaje ko 2026 Gambia dingo be pare pour nga niela ndi nimbanko
Mr. Titejo, who is also the budget coordinator. As the CEO has alluded, we're here to do counter, to give a befitting or counter statement also that was done by Maxine Dock, an elderman. They call them elderman. That means almost the position of deputy mayor, who came out in the media at Austin to say that Bani City Council accused us of misusing EU funds. But before anything, I first and foremost want to thank our partners, Austin, to tell them that we appreciate the partnership and value the sister city, indeed, which existed already for more than 20 years. It is with heavy heart that we have to sit here today to give our view or our side of the story that the elderman has said yesterday to the public. To be quite honest, this is the month of March, is the Women's Month. We are also in Ramadan, and also considering that they are our partners for 20 years, it's really, as I said, difficult for me, but we have no choice. I cannot sit as the head of the institution just to allow somebody to come out and stain the institution the way he deemed necessary. First and foremost, let me say that the sister city is a win-win situation. We can only offer what we have. As small as it is, this is what we have. We cannot give more than what we have. But it is not only that Banjul City Council is the only, or Banjul is the only beneficiary of this partnership. Austin City is also benefiting a lot. As I am talking to you today, we have over
13 people.
We have 13 students,
Yeah.
nurses.
Yeah, and 2 nurses.
We have 13
Making
students
15.
and 2 nurses who are already here for a research. So, and almost every month we have their nurses coming here, we have their students coming here, they partner with our schools, but for a long time, nobody has seen Bali City Council send students to Austin. And it is partnership. What we are doing here is exactly what they expect us also to do in Austin. But for a very long time, we were quiet because it is not that we cannot also protest and say it should be like this. But we value our friendship with them. So just for those who think that Austin is not benefiting anything, indeed they are benefiting. So as I said, we can only give what we have. So again, I think I also want to thank the European Union for their professionalism and their support towards Banjul. We cannot thank them enough. I've been working with the EU office here, and they are very, very professional. And I used to tell this to my CEO every time, that we cannot thank them enough. And this is the truth. So the European project, the funds that are coming to Banjul, is not only the money of Austin, it's the money from Austin, from Banjul City Council, and indeed from the European countries. So many might ask, how is Banjul City Council contributing? Indeed, we are contributing. I can even say that to the largest scale, because we own the land. If you go to Crab Island today, there are 23 classrooms there, all well equipped. We have Crab Island solarized to the fullest. We have a recording studio there. We have a hall with a capacity of about 1,000 seating capacity. We have the recording studio there. we have the laundry there, we have a restaurant there, we have urban farming there, we have a lot of things like the charcoal, etc. and so forth. So this is a hub where many things are going only for the youth skills, which we value, and we know that without skills, you cannot have a developed country. So putting that into consideration, we appreciate, this is why I keep saying we appreciate the friendship and we appreciate the efforts of the European Union as well.
wala yatin na jam banku dingli nyante fa lonnale inyante fa kala lonnale dunia aka ta nyamen na amanke tenti gambia bete nyamen na gambia dingo gambia sayma abedamen na gambia dingo ya mira kodolom everything kodolom ko peti isin na banko ta ka tayle ajibe. For example, Otadro, Tanzania was like this. Tanzania was like this. Danin John Magafuli kana. Tanzania le tinyata hani Gambia timbetembo mento. Tanzania atata le folla bala molu fan buka laran fan ke la laran le tano fan to laran le beti nyata. Laran fan le toit. Corruption oko. President no beja ka fan jodo lande wotumo danin nyim Magafuli kana. President Oka fanjo $160,000 akilinka fanjo won. Ala minister sol wol kata fenko wol ka kufan fo la bala e kata babi chulike Dubai le. Ha. Badde ko wol e kata ke Dubai le. Banko be nyanirin banko be konkorin. Laban la molu korita boru man soto fem man soto. Laban la renfant bu kasto mol ke la bankol to comme Gambia be tembe nyamen bi bar mo sobe bi nga nata John Magafuli bi nata ayo be falinde danni ba fala sanji lul rekay banko londa sintandin fulola jannabe na la ya tare Dar es Salaam ila porba membe je la poro membe je president o membe je president Kukuyu aya bu nek ay fanko ñew ila poro ñing aya di Chinese la 99 years sanji tankononto anin kononto aya di Chinese la contrat ko ba on te la Gambia wala di sanji tan sabal la bari mogo ful Tanzania wala o president folo ñing ay Tanzania la poro di 99 years la sanji tankononto nin kononto ay banko la poro ta aya di wala ila mining system o mume be American wol ni si côté on lebeje Chinese wol ni mo côté on lebeje e be banko drill la anyama bar brate step inta wat mo ila mol fal be konko be la fa fokatan bor man soto fem man soto bar bra step inta ya ke president oti lumena wonu la Tanzania ya kun soto fo bi alhamdulillah fo bi ni musundi membe je mami suri sami membe je say Hassan ni muso membe je say wole say because Magafuli la bring abe banna wolum vice president oti bra step inta ko en ko tel mo tel fulo la be jande kristano lomo ane muslimo so danin ku nembe kelam be muslimo la kelam na vice president oti ndefa yeke president oti ay ako nyale problem man soto woto ay banko doku sanji lulo kono ay menke je president ne man na membe kala Africa memba kala Africa kono fo yi Burama Traoré me yano anno seyinka Magafuli tarta wonyale ala president follow men aya bondije wo tarta banko drill kanne a nyama barbirate step inta danni ba fala sanji lulo leptanol be keta correct doku lal beketa correct labalo IMF ni World Bank ite defan wulite ko kata don ta ko en kom fatal la kodola ay Chinese wol men bayje Chinese wol how many billions of dollars le landi ko ya don ta ko en kom fatala kodo membe banko kan banko doku lawla anda e banko doku wala atata fulla bala school chip dinding membe school dinding thing men ya lon ko dindingol lom school dindingol ñun studentol bring kindergarten for high school free education ayo le dibe la mota hani dala sojo la free education ayo ke wala wato ko ala sanji lulo ko abota je ay damo me ya lon ko 99 of Tanzanians they all have current ibe current soto ibe electric soto 99% of them wato men na be nakan je hani sila kendo fawante je ay highway ni runway still men that I work more another I ila letano one of the best hospital in East Africa today alta gugul aliya jibe amunda ala sojarol ay kodo kafima ila joma ala police on detente birlu men afata wolun anin kana wolun sojaro ke wuran ka tarsir ngabe kumbo kay camera muzo anin police mol ke la moto nyato e ka fruete fa fruete sele kam wolum president noti moga fuli ay menke Tanzania alhamdulillah anata ya tar banko be tinyata a nyama corruption e banko be tinya ay kuke Tanzania alhamdulillah bi Tanzania fele bo ibole nemo ko minister tang anin say ay wo bele bay minister tang anin say ala contrat ko buka fe na e contrat ko men dundi you have to do it in time ni ma ke in time na e targe ibe tala kasolla o yala iya ko do be jo ay men dundi ay bay wala tan nan be siri station doto arabol be katale ila station auto ko fo mo fin fanansi mira si fa sto no le ba itele ke ya mira mo fin mo falole bari mo ko fuli yakele in Tanzania bi Tanzania felente bole nemo kono Tanzania was corrupt than Gambia bari bi ajibe bi ka runway ika fenkol le meje ay trainol sanke dundi ñu ala 5 years o kono ay airporto sang ay airporto lo ay plenol sang kake ya Tanzania ti ala 5 years o kono le tan kuwa kumante silam boro sotta kuwa be sotta ay ala fonninkele kaf ñoma men be karala ye dol kid banque dol kan itata sojiri karam dol tata engineering karam murunta nam banko kan afele banko be tama
So it was like and then they said Rohey Malick Lowe with the EU project, they called their mayor also. You know what they did? Teacher is here. They called on the meeting and said, no, take the mayor of Banjul out from the sum. My own people, the Banjulians, the musicians in Banjul were the one who composed the music. And first and foremost, when they said they were taking Banjulians, when they were taking musicians out of Banjul, I said no. That one, I stand and said no. And he supported me and said no. All of them should be from Banjul. And thank God, we have all of them from Banjul. But then they said, okay, now you bring us your musician, you will see what will happen. So what happened is they said, take the mayor's name out. And what did I say? I said, Teacher Job, you know what? Take my name out. This is not, I have 100 musicians, well. So this one, let me accept it. And then they took my name out of that song. But does it affect me? No. So we went through this. During the flooding, again, another example. During the flooding, the Tobacco Road, everybody has seen what has happened. I was worried, I was frustrated. And here we have not seen anybody come to our aid. The crocodiles were coming out, it was very serious. Everybody has seen what my councillors and I did during that time. We were worried. I don't have nowhere to go. I have nowhere to turn to. I sat down in my quiet moments and think. And I have to think very quick because this has to do with the life of my people. I called and ran to UNDP and said, then it was Iñsūļt. Everybody knows how that lady loves the Gambia. And I said, Iñsūļt, please, what can we do? Help me, blah, blah, blah. And they said, you have the EU project. When there is disaster, you can turn to them. Turn some elements, we call it, or turn some components for disaster. Immediately, we went to the computer, do everything, tried. I called the project team. They were so active. Everybody was going up and down. They said, no, our money is not for the float. I said, this one is going to happen. This one, we cannot have a project going on in Banjul. And my people are dying and you are telling me no. I said, ma'am lied. You know what? This one, Teacher Job, this one has to happen. It doesn't matter what, it has to happen. This has to do with the lives of children and women. And they took out a minimum money, and the list, I think what they spent was even less than 1.2 or 1.3 million dollars. Wallahi billahi. Multiply that with 3,000 people at Tobacco Road. And they were shouting until again a newspaper in Belgium came out and said, bravo to our project that they helped lives. And I saw the newspaper that came out and said, oh, we are so grateful that our city council has helped the lives of Brazilians. I said, okay, you don't know how it happens. Thank you, but it's okay. At least there's somebody down there who thinks twice. So these are things that we are going through. And every time we were quiet. But this time, when he has the guts, and again, I want to say this, I am so grateful to the council. They came out on time to say we are not part of this. This is not true. We are audited from Ernst & Young. The audit report is here. I've been seen anywhere in the audit report where it says we have stolen money. Now we are in the process of closing the budget, the project. We're in the reporting period, where we will close the project and then we'll see what the auditors have said. And he has no mandate or no authority, because you are just a deputy mayor, or you are a mayor, or you are a councillor. That did not give you the authority to speak for a whole council. But this is what he did, and it is very unfortunate. Since yesterday, they have called me. They try to convince me not to come out to say anything, because on their side, for them, it is already solved.
Banku dingli fa sula nuwolo sulata ila banku ila fasila damen ibe sila min tole bi na ya tarinte law alifa kendole mo dulal tunye iye na dulal tunye iye banku dulal dolu tunye especially nyim bajanjal la yo dulal tuje na ya tarinte telefona ya wa fi lelum bi barona la man sakunda bol tar la jere ba ita tar la je iye miran no golf koso men yalo wotumo nimbe tambila je mbeta kam fajara mbebo kam fajara hotel mbeta mbejila bibi kata min golf koso la wo golf koso fana iko ko ye nyalo wala kam fana fo ya bo afile fe ya ke nyaadi malon bara fana nako be fo kan banko du lawo la na be kending ni mol men yalo ko jiyo ye bayiya ni indianol ni nyim pakistan sol ni nyim atodum nyim banko ko tenga mol men yalo ko i fali be sobiri ngala ka fo jiyo be bayla je nyin sifala ke South Africa lundan natale je siata je sai banku dingli fali yol tala banko yela banko yate bulo kono nyine be hapuni South Africa andun na mamol silan tangini la wala tunne banko keno to mol yen bay nyi mol nata ye banko nyim beta ya beta ka talantalan ka di ka ke capitalism system oti bi kombo ding fa bu ka banko sanno fa ya bi fonyi ding fa si kor la fi la banko sanno wat benala abe kole ala mbulla bakel woni man kuntu anyato sayin abe kole ala because man zakunda me bendel bulu wol yek kodi kayto le je wol man banko je de wol yek kadi kodi kayt kenze wala je hani dingru si wafi kodi kayto la at the end kodu kayto ita domola fe ya falin fenna la ya domo ya jibe hani nawo ba janjal dol la ngame nawo ma fa Allah o bulon kono ma fa indian wal tataje ya be kay la banana fiel munat ne te gambian wal empa wala man sakunda memba fambula te gambia ding empa wala yo si falke hani o banano ana danta banano lay ka ika export ka bonde gambia kono ka dundi banku dol ka ko sunda company dol ci jaw wol kam morti million ko dol le dundi banano kuntu banano ro munayat no lo bo keno la wala bo fo Pakistan ni India ko ke say gambia ding fante hani la ka diamu wol ye gambia be damen na bi fotan na sovereignty lalde malon fal ba kalam ta fal ya kalam ta fal ma kalam ta bari intel be janne hanna ya tar nga jam passeport o soron tel mulun tan leti jang na kudo be ila kudo fal be je nyama nyate mala fa ngam kunti li wala hanna ya tar nga passeport o soto ndo keno because he to chance fund dilam han karam bu membe jang equal right te jang lunda ni si do be la fa bu ka hani wo chance le di la fa pour yo place o soto eta soto no la mo kilinne in Holland jam mo kilinne ne ya kumulo ama musolo moti atata le fo adunde la palmeno ko bari biri ay manya abota abuluta nam fenkol to dum e kafa nyaade jana Somalia awuluta Somalia anata jang birawo dindim matar to wala kono jang ya kurkur foye patisono diala ya selen di santo atya mira jannom jante akabe ko si ala yala passeport le busala ya bayila dirte bun kon ya deport ke ba sambala Somalia akoniata to Somalia ba falan America ta si wol to sabe sirim America andu wata telefon House of Parliament to Holanda Parliament ko abe sirin jelo
yo auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim bismillahir rahmanir rahim bi mediam ka bismillahir rahmanir rahim mediam ka formo wala fono formo no kunda youtube 100% ngal kontom bake ndana fo ngali fotano nda diamo fo so ko far bar bi ngamenje savrol to waza Gambia anenga video menje anenga audio menje new kala fonsi nan kava ngaye ko West African to bestere ngol to Gambia bestere West Africa kono ngam fanto la semaine cause anu hanara audio jam fo mbakala won audio no sa siafana inshallah ngaje ko ni Senegal carte fosodo e ka carte fay damno Gambia je carte fay diaspora ko bestere jam bus ni ko diaspora men ko tawro dama West Africa mo bestere ila banko mo sar banko me carte fay Senegal carte fay Gambia ne e ka faminto ay samari kela mo je ka jigana carte fay ay samari bestere Gambia hanto ni mino marché ko ka carte fay ay samari ani Senegal school ani Alliance Franco carte fay jina kona ka disomti gina bisa disomti be carte fay Gambia ok dunia fanan kono banko bal menan ko kerin ni ko diaspora jama kan tawdon ko dama wonde bari Gambia jal sembo be to lamuna fon kaba dan wala tawdo diaspora mbiyalon ko alata ko la bi anem mol de Gambia don kato Gambia jam sukuru jama be dum kan bi Gambia jam be bunya nyi ma be jama lo kanje nyi sise subo man kama wulara en tuloni subo be abe ka momento tricot be ka momento wala tawdo banko kanti bi fele nyen to sis nyi man ka yidi ko nyi mu Gambia interest this is national interest menaje fon baken fulanjang arambro fona 2016 nabe ko grenjang atelo da ay kala ko akaba ka JRS jubeng akaka la mo men wala lim fona ko da ka alpha sai das fona ko nyaadi wala jigi barso das fona ko ada kele na tona ko mba ko fenyonde very sad indeed bara la fama foldon be mo me gambe jam be le badon so national assembly be le wala disam constitution be ngame fidi audio bon ma bon individual person ko mo ko ngul nakam an nyin ko bangara be nekel janna ma hakil tubala ba ngaye ko national assembly song al nga banko interest jibe bari mo kana kam fa back sabe sono man MPP division wati anda mamulo de men flan ka nga fa dos mino kono mbala mo 2020 draft constitution me ko million jawon smita kunna ngamola yedo manta mo to ngamola yedo national assembly e ko e ba fa dosmina ko ko biso on president baro febo e buga am banko fewo no ni ko warta bakal amola fona war e ma fa gam banko febo bi wona national assembly ile hanara do ambassador yala or to ko fele ko there's no place like home do lo murtani do be algeria jang do be la bunkon be wala dan place ma so wala ka fa nga fa dosmina ko because ni ga imam banko febo e ka fa ko man adam baro febo e very indeed je bi fa nga moy na rawol be ker na rawol tonya na sabatina ko national assembly the MPP not alliance ani amar bala mol e kala kanyum fana sabe ko ala fa dosmina ko pour diaspora ko le carte fa ngo foy wara UDP ale dom bi UDP ko al sawra bi ngaay ko bem banko mar 2026 inshallah gamero man skipide ñim banko mba mar 2026 inshallah UDP la policy and programme be move kanya is very important UDP la tamandri jaaba mul ñama kanya is very important woto be alon ko inshallah bi be ñim banko mar 2026 bi ni ko banko di kendo be bare amalo fana warta bak national assembly mbay il faut dire ko ya jube pour toi don diaspora ko le carte fay fa atol ya mel atol okay woto gambe be UDP la woto bilel la ko tona UDP parti la bilel la franco 2021 election maintenant man tren la da no kunu bar bilel nga so honda ba atol fe ko diaspora ko le carte fay aram bro bel bar sa fa ko inshallah diaspora ko le ya fay imma fay aram bro 2026 habital ni ko warta bak national assembly mbasul be mel ni ko agence alkana so ngina mbade mal beti wala gambe bele wuluta jang beri men not alliance bele wulut MPP bele wulut membe NRP bele wulut bar ñi albedo na julula albedo na incense wala albara gre la samale kay ko das ngol kana carte fay parce que mina jamara wala within 6 months manam lu ko das ngol carte fay ending jono ba regret wala ma tonti it's very sad indeed nga dol yu fa kumbola nga mo jëm mo gambe dina kumbola ako way ni reject ando adimtal bi fan ko bande Gambia wala ni ko warta bakal je just al say kan ala la man gamal interest tamal ale mu interest tan wala kay ko dangor adam baro mel semburu nya atol fenda so ko le carte baro boy la but inshallah ala ma ko la boy comme ala boy de kenya mi ala kiyan ale kala ko adam baro kala mo be kale ko fa wala sare boy kiyan donc inshallah be be nak anu winter ale na ni ko na ko be ale en fasa kan anu ale men ka dem fa inshallah 2026 ale na julo inshallah bus ani ko fa war ka reject completely kanamul ka celebrate men ya sabe 2020 draft men ya fay foka ba ngasun to ga fa dosuna ko ile e be a regret le sai ngalo go gambe blend gan problem the people inshallah ala ka sebo ala ka sembo ka famul fempe sababo le soto ala mboro man sa dango nyi ale wotandi mo inshallah na ale mba boot out very seriously hormone bunya kon mo de carte fayla ani ko mo mba campaign lan gamelo yan ko mo be keren ngamul awiyan bar ngalon ka la mo do force ka nga audio mo be 6 minutes audio ala do dal diara minan ko tamel hanya tamel ko mun talale la di moya rejectle di mo 2016 adam baro ko akela mo abga jaar su jubel akela mo jonglen das foron ko ngasu ngoro nga break ta bari son easy bari nga video ji nga sa nga ko ni ko ra bakal men biari ga bari comme ale ni rejectle comme ale musula sunota boy ko nyamen bara sunota very simple muslimo bela fa men kara sunota men yake alhamdulillah men ma ke forceti very simple mota mono bungo ga de ko yidi musama sunota bara men fana la fa kaga ali bula yake atol moklu lay reject ale fe nyawari je gambe ni femba sama nyawti